In the last 6 years, as I've been an advocate for people with HIV and for orphans, I have come across so much evil and suffering in the world, stuff I didn't even know existed. I'll never forget my first visit to Cambodia. I was taken to the Street of the Little Flowers. Now to me, that conjures up kind of a park. You know, maybe there's beautiful trees, maybe there's lots of flowers, maybe people sitting having a nice cup of tea in the afternoon. Well, what I found was that the Street of the Little Flowers was a street where little girls as young as 5, 6, 7 years old have been sold into prostitution. They are held behind iron doors that are padlocked shut. And on this Street of the Little Flowers, it's referring to these little girls. And here they are behind these massive iron gates. And on the other side of the street, what I saw were mostly Western men, sitting and drinking tea, all right, but they were waiting for dusk when they could go to those doors where those little girls would now suddenly be released to these men who for $300 could take those little girls, take a little girl to his hotel room, do absolutely anything he wanted to her for a whole week for $300 and then bring her back like she was a used piece of garbage. That kind of evil is so shocking. It makes you sick. It makes my stomach just churn. It makes me just want to throw up. It made me so angry. I wanted to go and find those people that were holding those little girls. I wanted to castrate the men. I wanted to do the most terrible, awful things I could think of because of the hurt that they were inflicting on these little girls because of the evil. And my heart cries out and says, God, where are you? How can this world be such an evil place? And that's just the tiniest fraction. I mean, what I've seen of the amount of evil that there is to see in this world, I've seen what would only fit on the tip of my smallest finger. So there's something in us that cries out and says, God, this is a broken system. This is a broken world in which this kind of evil can exist, where little girls can be violated over and over and over. And the natural reaction is just to change the channel. I can't look at that. I can't see this. I can't be a witness to this. This is too painful. And if I let the pain in, then I have to do something about it. But that's what surrendering to God is really all about. You don't surrender to God just to surrender to God. You're to surrender to God for a reason. You surrender to God so that He owns your life and you begin to react and move in this world in the way that He would. God was so disturbed by the fact that I was broken that He came to be with me. That's what He asks us to do. He asks us to stop denying the evil that's in our world, to stop changing the channel, to begin to move into the world in the same way that He did with us. It's one of the hardest things God will ever ask you to do, is to look evil face to face. Fully surrendered followers of Christ will be willing to take the blindfold off their eyes, take the cotton out of their ears, to look at what is happening in our world.